I was born with a glitch. My brain processed the world slower than other kids, and I had a rare condition that made me a stranger to physical pain. Because of this, I became the family's designated shock absorber. For 16 years, I was the human shield for my brother's mistakes. Every time Ben messed up, I was the one who took the blow. I remember when Ben got caught cheating on a history test. When the school called, my mother spent the entire afternoon lashing me with a leather belt. Even as the skin on my back split and burned, I kept a vacant smile on my face. It didn't hurt, so I didn't cry. Then there was the time Ben stole money from her purse for snacks. She grabbed me by the hair and slammed my head against the drywall. My scalp tore. Blood slicked down my neck. I didn't make a sound. Every time Ben saw me battered and bruised because of him, he would collapse into my arms, sobbing, promising he'd be better, promising he'd never get into trouble again. My mother always watched these scenes with a grim sort of satisfaction. She truly believed this was the most effective way to parent, to teach the good child through the suffering of the broken one. Everything changed during the last round of midterms. Ben's ranking dropped by exactly 1 spot. My mother called him over, her face a mask of cold fury. Then, out of pure habit, she swung her hand at me. That single slap sent me reeling. The back of my head clipped the sharp brass corner of the sideboard. I hit the floor, and a dark, warm pool began to spread across the hardwood. Through the hazy veil of my vision, I saw her grab Ben. He was screaming, his heart breaking, but she just nodded, satisfied. "That's enough," she told him. "Stop crying. She's had her punishment. Let's go out and get something nice to eat. It'll settle your nerves." I watched their retreating figures, my eyelids growing heavy. For the first time in my life, I thought I felt something. A dull, throbbing thrum. I told myself I had to get better quickly, because the next time Ben messed up, he was going to need me. When I opened my eyes again, I was hovering near the ceiling. Below me, a cold, stiff version of myself lay on the floor. A dark, dried crust had formed beneath the back of my head. I knew then. I was dead. The strange thing was, even as a ghost, I still couldn't feel any pain. I floated toward the front door just as my mother was leading Ben back inside. Ben's face was a ruin of tears and snot, his eyes darting back and forth. My mother gave his arm an impatient tug. "Stop looking over there. She's fine. It was 1 slap, for God's sake. Come on, let's go get that dessert." The door clicked shut. I followed them out. She took him to the boutique bakery downtown, the one with the expensive window displays I'd always peered at. The place was packed. She found a corner table and pushed the menu toward him. "Order whatever you want. It's on me." Ben stared at the table, his eyes vacant. My mother sighed, her voice softening into a tone she never used at home. "Benny, I know you're upset, but you have to understand me. Your father ran off with that woman and took every cent we had. Do you have any idea how hard it is for a woman alone?" Ben remained silent. "You're all I have to show for my life," she continued. "You're the man of the house. If you don't succeed, who's going to give me a reason to hold my head up? Look at your sister. Can she be counted on for anything? If you make something of yourself, you'll get your fair share of your father's estate one day. I lost his heart. I refuse to lose the money too." She paused, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "Don't blame me for being tough. You two are twins. You're the same blood. I do this so you'll remember the cost of failure. It's the only way you'll stay hungry for success." Ben gripped the edge of the menu so hard his knuckles turned white. Watching from the air, a lump formed in my non-existent throat. All these years, since the divorce, she had been our everything. Mother, father, provider. I was a burden, a slow-witted girl with a medical anomaly. I had cost her so much. I didn't hate her for hitting me. In a twisted way, I was glad I could be useful. If I couldn't make her proud with grades, at least I could be the whetstone that sharpened Ben's ambition. The waitress brought 2 drinks. My mother took them, then glanced at the glass display case. "Give me a slice of that strawberry shortcake to go," she called out. She fumbled through her wallet, checking her change, looking relieved when she had enough. She muttered to herself, "I might have gone a bit too far this time. I'll give her the cake, apologize, and it'll be fine." Ben snapped his head up, his eyes bloodshot. He opened his mouth as if to scream, but no sound came out. I watched her carefully tuck the cake box into a paper bag. Strawberry, my favorite. A pang of longing hit me.